Welcome to another episode of It's Gonna Be What It's Gonna Be. I am the V. Today I got my
And
cuz,
I'm
man.
O.
Got my cuz O with me. Um, as you know, we Arkansas fanatics, man. Like ever since birth, really. Um, they played Texas A&M Aggies Tuesday. They needed every second of the game to beat them. They beat them at the buzzer. Trayvon Marks beat them at the buzzer. So what you think about that game? Arkansas was up by 20 at one point.
Yeah, man. I mean, one thing it did show me that when they did go through adversity, they didn't just lay down,
Hmm.
but it's still not where we need to be as far as SEC elite, elite team. But shout outs to the Razorbacks for maintaining the win. Shout out to Trayvon Marshall hitting the game winner. But it's a lot of work that need to be done.
And I'm glad they showed poise. To, they never gave up the lead, but one thing I didn't like, that's what I did like, is they showed poise to win the game. So they did give up the lead at the last part of the game, last seconds. They point guard hit a three to go up by one, and Trayvon Marks came down and hit a game winner. So I did like they showed poise, but at the same time, when you get up by 20, and you got to keep your foot on their neck. And how they got back in the game, how Texas A&M got back in the game was Arkansas just started throwing up crazy shots, and I didn't like that.
And another thing, you have one player, Wade, to basically shut Arkansas down by himself. He the one shot them back in the game, and we still didn't figure out how to double him or anything. He still
Right.
made buckets. Now, of course, he did make some tough shots. That's what That's what great basketball players do. They make buckets. That's what great shooters do. And he showed that he is a great shooter. So shout out to Wade for getting buckets, but that's just ridiculous with the length that we have as the Razorbacks, and with somebody no taller than 6'2".
Right, right, yeah. But he a bucket getter. He a bucket go getter. He gonna go and get a bucket when he need it. But that game shouldn't have never came down to the end. It shouldn't have never came down the way it did. Arkansas should have really, when that second half came out, they should have went back to how they was playing when they first got the lead.
But when you really think about it, like I say, on paper, everything got to be, done on the court. But on paper, we should be a much better team than them. Our benches, our depth, our bench is much stronger than theirs, across the board. Our length is stronger. We got post players, that's probably better than they post players. They just had one player that basically killed us.
But at the same time, Mustin, he didn't narrowed his bench down. Like, he only three people coming off the bench. He only playing eight players.
Now let me ask you this: why do you think Musk playing just 8 players in the rotation? I mean,
No, I
in his
guess some of the
rotation.
I guess some of the players in the doghouse, like Battle, didn't even touch the court. And really, it was only seven players because Graham didn't play that much either. I think Graham played
Right.
only. He only got in one time, if I'm not mistaken, maybe twice. But Graham didn't play that
Well,
much
I
either.
heard. Well, it was on the. I heard on the radio station this morning on 103.7. They said that Battle had a team violation, and
Yeah.
which I pretty
What
much
he?
thought that what it was.
What I think somebody. Well, I heard somebody said he missed team meeting, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well.
So,
Yeah. Well.
well, hey, you got to follow the rules too. At the
Right.
same
Right.
time,
Right. 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 but they gonna need
So,
him.
but
I feel like that's another player they need out there on that court. So hopefully, he
now
get
with
his.
this, be,
Uh,
with everything that's being said that we're recapping about this game, with this team going forward, who do you think is the leader of this team?
and that's what something I was gonna bring up. Now, I think Mark is the go-to player now. Like it's just that's what it is, and he gonna have to lead us from this point on. He gonna have to lead us. Can't have no bad games because right now, man, we need every victory we can get. We didn't let we 1-3 in conference play.
Right,
We
two
can't.
and three.
Who the first team they beat?
No, 1 and 3.
We
Yeah,
one and
yeah,
three. Yeah,
1 and 3. You
we
right.
1-3. We're gonna need Marks to step up to be a leader. I feel. Who you think should be it?
I think Marks. You know what I'm saying? But let me ask you this: if Mark's the leader, who's going to be able to help him when he's having an off night? Would you think a Battle? You think Battle will be the next person in line
That
to be
that
able to step up if Mark's having
that's
an off night?
that's if Battle get to play. Hey, he got to get back in the rotation. So if Battle ain't back in the rotation, then it's gonna have to be Minifield. It's gonna have to be
Right. And another thing, I noticed with this team,
and Brazil.
if you notice with this team is that most of these players are offensive minded. Nobody has a defensive, present to the game with this team. Everybody's pretty much offensive minded and individually want to just get buckets.
Right,
You see what I'm saying?
right.
So somebody got to be wanting to play defense. Somebody got to want to rebound. Somebody got to want to be grimy. Somebody got to want to get on the floor. Somebody got to want to take charges.
So let me ask you this: who do you want to see step their game up to the next level? I know you want all of them, but it's gonna have to be somebody to step up and play along Marks to get that second lead, the second score. They need a second score.
What I'm looking for somebody to do it that's not expected to. You know what I'm saying? Give me that diamond in the rough, and that diamond in the rough for me will be Jalen Graham.
Yeah, but it's hard to play
Because
Jalen
we
Graham.
know huh?
It's hard to kind of play Jalen Graham on defense because he a liability.
Exactly. That's why I said the diamond in the rough. You know what I'm saying? Because see, everybody, we have an expectation from day one of Brazil. We had an expectation, pretty much for Devo by those people being in Muff's system. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
Because we know that they do got kind of dog mentalities.
right, right, right.
And,
So what you
and
what would you like to see from Devo down the stretch?
I want Devo to be the lockdown defender. Uh, get back to the mid range game. Focus on the mid range game. Focus around being around in the paint, getting those loose rebounds. Sliding on the floor, the dirty work. You see, that's where he's great at.
Saying, I think I think he done lost touch of that because I remember Devo from his freshman and sophomore year, he was a bucket at the mid range, bucket. That was
Right.
instant buckets that they needed back then. I feel like he should get back to that. That's what I feel.
Exactly. And that's what and that's that Devo that's that Devo that show that Razorback grit, that Razorback spirit. That's that Devo that this team needs because that type of Devo bring a level of toughness to this team.
Right. Yeah. So I take that back. You asked me about the leadership. So and I said Marks.
Yeah,
Well, it's gonna have to be Devo. I forgot about Devo. It's gonna have to be Devo because he's the senior. But is Marks a senior too?
yeah, they are. Yeah, they
But
singers.
Devo been in the system long. You know what I'm saying? This is fourth year in the system. He gonna have to be the go to man when it comes to leadership. And that
And
means
and
staying
another
on the
one.
court. That means staying on the court, stop doing crazy stuff to get kicked out the game, stuff like that.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you, when one thing about this team, we know these guards can take it to the rack.
Right. Yeah. But I feel
And that's
like
what
I think
and that's
Minifield I know Minifield can get a shot when he won't. But I think when he drive, he get too deep down in the paint. You need to pull up.
right. Exactly. That's true. And see, and check this out as well. See, when they go to the rack and they get fouled, they don't hit their free throws. You know,
Yeah.
as a
I think
team,
they
we
did a
probably
pretty
a
good job.
60% free throw shooting team.
Right, right. I think they did a pretty good job Tuesday though, because I know Marsh went to the line like what 24 times. He was or 22. He was like 17 for
Right.
22, something like that. But that's something I ain't never seen before. I ain't never seen no player in college shoot 22 free throws in one game. I've never seen that before.
So by looking at that ratio and what Texas A&M shot, anybody that's not biased would say that Arkansas probably got some home cooking.
Yeah,
Let's just be real about
they
it.
got some home court advantage on
So
that.
if this game was on a neutral site, we would have lost by 5.
Yeah, I feel like they probably would have lost their game if they played in Texas A&M or even a neutral site. Yeah, because man, they Texas A&M erased that lead, that 20-point lead, kind of quick in the second half,
Right.
and they kept battling and kept
And,
battling to where they took the lead, and Marks created magic at the end. But
and
shout out to
see,
Arkansas
another
for not
thing,
giving. Shout out to Arkansas for pulling out that victory though. It took grit
put
because anybody would
and
a
pulling
lot
out
of
the
people
grit.
would have laid down.
Right. But see, another thing too, what caused them to lose that 20-point lead was that we weren't offensive rebounding.
Yeah.
I mean defensive rebounding
Yeah,
or offensive rebounding.
right. Yeah,
When Wade missed the bucket, they went and got it. You know, 2 and 3 times. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So you got to be able to you got to be able to rebound.
yeah, yeah. But shout out to Arkansas. So Saturday they play South Carolina Gamecocks. Should be a pretty good game. I think they got Arkansas winning by like 3 or 4 points. Um, South Carolina, they on the season they 14-3. They lost 2 conference games. I think they were 2-2 in conference, something like that. So,
Right.
what is it gonna take for Arkansas to pull out this victory against South Carolina?
One thing they're gonna have to do is come out with the mindset of, first off, you got to know that you're gonna win. That it starts in the locker room. It starts in the preparation. Uh, Another thing, you got to come and hit them in the mouth first. You know, you got to let them know that we're gonna put our foot on your neck.
And one thing else I'm gonna add to that is they need to come out just how like they came out Tuesday when they played Texas A&M. They played. Hey, they was playing some ball in the first half of that game. They need to have that same mentality come Saturday night or whenever they. I don't even know what time they play.
So what's your final? What will be your final prediction score?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Arkansas gonna win because they playing at home. They play at 12 o'clock, so 12 noon. Um, I think the score will be somewhere like uh 69-62, something like that.
Hmm.
But Arkansas gonna have to play defense because looking at it, let me see. South Carolina only scores 72 points a game, but their defense is tough though. They only giving up 64 points a game, so that's pretty good in the defense department. Whereas Arkansas scores 78 points a game, but they give up 77 points a game. That man,
Mm,
that's too close. That is too close.
right.
But I feel like Arkansas could pull this out. They're playing at home, and this a must win. Every game from now on is a must win. Like you can't lose too many more games. Every game from now here on out is a must win.
Right. Right. Because right now we only got. I mean, let's just be real. We only got one quad one victory, and that's Duke.
Yeah, yeah.
The Purdue was,
That was
it
scrimmage.
wasn't nothing.
Yeah, that
Yeah, it
was
was a
scrimmage.
scrimmage.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So we only got one quad one victory. Uh,
So they but they
uh,
on the
you know,
outside looking in, ain't they? They ain't right now.
right,
They'll be out of the tournament. If the
right,
tournament started today, Arkansas would be out. Um,
right.
I think they
My
could put on
prediction,
about a.
I'm gonna go.
Go ahead.
I would say my prediction. I'm gonna go with Arkansas 85, Texas A&M 70, 74.
85,
And the
74.
reason I say 85 is because we're gonna be at home. And I know for a fact that Battle gonna come back with a vengeance. Coming off that bench.
You think
He
he
gonna
gonna?
give us another.
But do you think he gonna play?
Yeah, I think he gonna play. Yeah, most definitely. Matter of fact, I'm almost guaranteeing he gonna play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So that's why I'm gonna bump it up. So I think we're gonna get. I think we're gonna have three of our players in double figures.
Who you saying? Mark's battle and who was the third? Brazil.
No,
Brown.
Marks Battle. It's gonna either be Devo or Minifield.
Okay. Yeah.
But what Brazil gonna have to do? He gonna have to generate his offense from his defense. You see what I'm saying?
Mm,
He gonna have to get down in that post, bro. It's just the point blank period. Cause our guards, he's gonna miss a lot of shots, and he gonna have to clean up and
yeah.
get and lay it up.
I like to see him his freshman like he played his freshman year. Where man, Devo was scrappy. Every game he was the most scrappiest person on the court. Wasn't nobody out scrapping Devo. I want him to get back to that Devo. That's what I would like to see.
Well, I think Devo definitely gonna get back. One thing about Devo, he love the Razorbacks and he gonna play hard. So
Yeah. Man,
I think
I
I
want
think
to
he
see him
gonna be
get
up for
back
the
like that.
challenge.
So, what would you grade Arkansas playing for this year? What would you grade them as?
Man, I'll give him a C.
I
And
don't
the
know. I
reason
mean,
I give him a
oh,
C,
go ahead.
the reason I give him a C because you got to understand this team got potential now. This the preseason. Let's just be real. On paper, this was a top 10 team.
And that's why I give them a D. Cause man, they
Uh,
had so much potential, and especially after that Purdue game when they won that scrimmage,
I was just
man,
gonna say
like
that most
the
definitely.
sky was the limit for Arkansas. I thought they was gonna be I thought they were gonna be in top 10 all year, and man,
I'm gonna tell you when we went when we played Memphis, I started seeing the gaps and the holes and the flaws in our offense
mm-hmm.
and our defense. When they played Memphis, I don't know what tournament it was. I don't know if it was I don't know if it was Maui invitation tournament. I think it was Maui.
Yeah. Cause
And
they lost to North Carolina
you
the
know,
next night or the next day.
right,
Yeah.
right. And that's when we was and our team was had nobody was
It was
hurt,
ranked, and they was ranked in the top
we was
25.
ranked.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. See, this is another one. This is another diamond in the rough. See, Chandler Lawson, I'm telling you, if Chandler Lawson, he don't mind being dirty. You know what I'm saying? But see, he get in there and get in too much foul trouble.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, we gonna need a third player, man. Right now it's Marks, and I like Minifield, but I mean, right now he inconsistent, man. And Tuesday he was in foul trouble.
Right.
And but
Yeah, and I don't think I don't even think did he even score any buckets?
I can't remember. I don't think so. If he did, he ain't have no more than 4 points. I don't remember him scoring
Yeah,
though.
I think he had a goose egg.
Let me see. I can pull it up real quick. So, all right, I told you to give me a grade on Arkansas Razorbacks for the year. What grade would you give Coach Muss?
D.
Minifield scored 3 points.
Okay. I give Muss a D. Now, why do I say that? Because it's a reason why your kids lost confidence. What happened? What happened from that preseason team, you know, to non-conference, to the non-schedule, to the non-ranked games, preseason games. What happened once what happened to, everything. So I give him a D because as coaching, that's your job to keep your team motivated.
Yeah, yeah,
And it took he still at this point ain't comfortable with a starting lineup right now. And
right.
we in conference play right now.
I think he gonna stick with that
So
five
we
that he
already
did.
behind.
I think he gonna stick with that five he had Tuesday though. They look like they played pretty good together.
I do too. But for some reason I just don't think I think Minifield gonna be in that starting five though.
Yeah, yeah. But
I
L
don't think
Ellis,
Minifield was
well, L
I
Ellis
think
had
L. Ellis
15.
started
Yeah, he did.
last game.
He put up 15 points, but he was 3 for 11 from the field though. So he was
That's
getting to
what
the
I'm
free throw line
saying.
too. So he
That's
was getting to the free throw line too.
right. And see,
And
he
I'm
he
looking at the
really he
stats.
really want to be a shooter.
And I'm looking at the stats right now, man. We need more from Brazil. He was 1 for 5. Like he got to be more aggressive, getting to the bucket. He 1 for 5, 0 for 2 for the 3 point line, 5 rebounds, 8 points. Yeah, he gonna have to. I feel like Brazil gonna have to get more aggressive.
Right. Now, see, let me tell you something. Let's be real here. Brazil should be a 15 and 15 guy every night. He gonna have to get his points from the dirty work. See, he want to be a stretch.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
He got to get that out of his mind
Uh-huh.
because that's not what this team needs.
Right. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Man.
And he's more than capable of doing it.
So let me ask you this: do you see Arkansas turning it around, and do you think we can go on a winning streak?
Must have not failed us yet. I have faith in Muss.
Facts. That's a
Muss got a
fact.
swag about himself.
That's a fact.
So I'm not gonna give up on him now.
Right.
And even if we still lose, even if we still lose a few more games in this season, I'm gonna be talking crap. But I'm still going with Muss as our coach. Even in that SEC tournament, I still believe with the coach that we gonna win.
Facts. I love how much coach, man. I just don't like it. He cried every game, boy. He in the ref's ear every game, man. I'll be like, chill out, man. Um,
He ain't letting nothing too much slide by.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like so, but there you have it. Um, we'll be back Saturday for a post game review. We'll be reviewing the game. after the game Saturday. You got anything else to say, dog?
Nah, we'll be back at it, man. Let's do
Back
it
at it
again.
post game. Tune in. Make this is it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Uh, we on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, share, like, comment. Yeah, we will be back. Appreciate you.